What is up, For Honor brothers and sisters? And with this one, I want to give players an idea of what they are getting into with each hero. So maybe, just maybe, you'll give them a few reps in the game or possibly discover an inner reason to try them or continue playing them. So don't shut this off. Please just hear me out. This should be fun. For Honor has what I like to call 3 primary classes in Vanguards, Assassins, and Heavies. And then when they decide they don't want to label a hero, they place them in a Hybrids class. Part of achieving that fun that I would think you would expect in the game is choosing the right hero and understanding the reasoning behind it. It could be looks, it could be envision playstyle, but finding that hero that makes you say, ooh, that's the one. That helps the experience, y'all. I did a video that talks about choosing your main, and this one, we're going to be talking about Vanguards, and I will cover the other classes in a later video. So in its current state, For Honor has 5 Vanguards: Warden, Raider, Kensei, Tiandi, and Warmonger. The beautiful thing is that each is very distinct in their playstyle, so figuring out which hero fits what you're looking for is pretty easy to detect. But we're going to start with Warden. Warden is a member of the Knight faction. When I think Knights, I think nobility, swords, and cool armor. Warden fits in that category. The hero is not gender locked, and there are 2 hero skins for Warden already provide more variety for the player. For Warden's moveset, if you don't like bashes, don't play Warden. Even with his changes throughout the years, his bash or threat of the bash is still centric to his offense. His top crushing counters allow him a threatening defensive option that allows him to get into his offense and stay on attack quickly. His unblockable finishers are accessible through multiple ways, like light or heavy opener or even bash into a free light, and they can come from any side. He also has a forward dodge heavy to catch enemies that try to run away, and that always comes in handy. For team fights, his variable time charge bashes and unblockables definitely make him one to keep an eye on, as he's a threat to hit you with an attack or also set up Warden's teammate to land. While Warden's kit nor his feats in team contests make him a terror, the hero is always a threat and even more dangerous in the hands of those that take the time to master the steady hero. And that's the main thing. You gotta take a time with the hero if you really want to learn them. You might look at a kit and think it's simple, but you gotta take time. Next, we'll discuss Raider. Raider is part of the Viking faction. When I'm thinking Vikings, I'm thinking savage. That's probably my TV-driven perspective, but that's what I'm expecting, all right? The good thing is, Raider doesn't disappoint when I'm thinking like this. He is a straight-up savage. He's intimidating, and I say he's not gender-locked, all right? He's not gender-locked, but I use the male Raider, so that's why I'm saying he. So please don't come at me because of that. But he also has a hero skin that is hit or miss with a lot of people, but you can be the judge. Raider's playstyle fits what you would think based on his look. He goes in, y'all. He has uninterruptible chain heavies, and zones can soft feint into top light attack that allows him to sustain his attack longer, a dangerous and constantly threatening unblockable zone that you can soft feint to guard break. And if you're looking to make an entrance into a team fight, use his stampede charge and you'll grab a hero in your path, slam them into a wall, or ledge them if close enough. Possibly just throw them to the ground too, because people do that, and then next thing you know, you got freaking Yorm coming in, hammer slam, but we'll talk about heavies another time. In team fights, Raider's most butt-clenching attack in team fights is his unblockable zone. Players can use this to get players to open up without feeding revenge, making it a sweat-inducing affair as your opponents attempt to stall until help arrives. I've done that plenty of times. Raider's feats feed into his kit, providing boosts to seed and strength or torching minions to hold an advantage. So embrace your inner or outer savage and give this hero a shot. Even if Raider is not your favorite, it still could be a good change up from other heroes. Next, we'll discuss Kensei. Kensei is part of the Samurai faction, a principled and staunch figure. Kensei is methodical when he enters the battlefield. Don't let that speed and demeanor fool you though, because this hero is very skilled and can be a fierce competitor in the right hands. Kensei provides players with a hero skin for an additional fashion option, and I know that's important for y'all, and Kensei is also not gender locked. For Kensei's moveset, if you like options with your attack, Kensei is a good choice. And when I say options, I'm talking about, oh, I press right trigger, I have to throw this heavy. You know what I mean? His skill with his blade allows him to soft feint into lights, heavies, and dodges off of his opener heavy and chain heavy attacks. The use of his forward dodge light and heavy attacks allow you to quickly access Kensei's top unblockable or side uninterruptible heavy finisher. If you choose to throw a swift finisher light instead, that's an option also. His zone is great for clearing mid lane, and his soft feint to bash off of opener Top heavy allows the hero to get a free light attack and have immediate access to the finisher attack. Kensei showcases additional skill by using his superior block to get a free guard break on top attacks, and his forward dodge heavy is one of the most stylish in the game as he contorts his way for potential stylish finishes. In team fights, Kensei can support teammates in team fights with a tier 2 that debuffs an opponent or a tier 4 that provides health. But his most oh wow tier 4 allow for every attack to be unblockable. His zone is also of good use to thwart off attacks when outnumbered or potential attack interrupts. So if you're looking for a hero that doesn't rush into a fight, but is more than capable to finish one, don't hesitate to take your Kensei on the battlefield. The next hero we'll discuss is Tiandi. Tiandi is part of the Wulin faction. You can't talk about Tiandi without talking about the hero's style and grace. This hero stands out from other Vanguards in all ways because of it. Capable of keeping you guessing or luring you to sleep while Tiandi dashes, but sleep at your own risk, because once Tiandi commits, the hero can be difficult to peel off. This hero is also not gender locked. For Tiandi's moveset, he has a fierce dodge bash and undodgeable light mix-up. And as an opponent, it can make you unraveled. And if you unravel, it will be grave consequences, because this ability allows Tiandi to flow like water. The forward dodge heavy collects an uninterruptible property that is effective for tanking an incoming attack that thought a dodge light attack was coming. Tiandi has the ability to feint his attack into dodge and possesses a feverishly quick zone attack that can be hard feinted or soft feint into kick, supplying another means of pressure or bait. Tiandi's team fight benefit is that his current state, y'all. I'm talking about his current state. Tiandi's current state makes the hero a more formidable, I can't even say that. I'm just gonna say formative. It makes him a more formative 1v1 hero than a nuclear danger in team attacks. But that doesn't mean you don't have to pay attention, y'all. The timely bash attack or kick near a ledge will prove deadly. This is not a Vanguard hero to underestimate. So if you're looking to float around the battlefield in style while also having the capability of an aggressive attack, then there's no better Vanguard to provide that than your boy Tiandi. Now, last but not least of the Vanguards is Warmami, or I should say Warmonger. So Warmonger is rightfully part of the Knight faction. She is the anti-Warden in attitude. This warrior is brutal, and any mercy provided is only a route to more violence. Warmonger is a derivative of Apollyon. I'm sure you guys know about Apollyon, especially if you did the story. Produced out of her image, she allows players to recreate her if you choose, or create even better fashionable options. There is a hero skin named Conquistador Vela for this hero, providing other options, and she's not a hard hero to grasp and understand. She is gender locked, in case you're wondering. For Warmonger's moveset and kit, she has a variable dodge bash attack like the Knight's other Vanguard Warden, but unlike Warden, she will make you bleed, and she will get a free follow-up light attack. This bleed is key in making her offense that much more deadly, especially in team mode, since it strongly plays into her corruption feats, which we'll touch on shortly in team fights. Her zone and dodge heavy attacks chain into finisher, and Warmonger's heavy finisher is uninterruptible, which still provides dangers for dodge happy foes and is an attack to keep an eye on by opponents in team fights. But speaking of dodge happy foes, her forward dodge heavy will catch an opponent trying to run away as well. Warmonger has an instant ledge on parry if there's a ledge behind the opponent, with her vicious impale move that will bleed or corrupt if you back the opponent into an object or wall, or stabs them if they go to the ground. Similar to how Raider knees you when backed into a wall or object. So in team fights, I alluded to Warmonger's feats earlier. Her corruption is a huge benefit in team fights. It is used as an isolator, and if she lands an attack with her tier 1 corruption blade, it affects enemies nearby. If the tier 2 and tier 3 is equipped, she gains health and she leeches the life away of others, and more damage is given as well. Her tier 4 is a powerful AoE that is deadly when unleashed expertly. So if you're about war and are looking for a Vanguard similar to Warden, but uniquely different, look no further than Warmonger, y'all. That concludes the Vanguards in For Honor at this time, y'all. I hope you were able to better decipher what fits you and why, to make the game more enjoyable for you, because that's what it's about. It's about you, the player. So which Vanguard is your favorite and why? I would love to hear your thoughts on For Honor's Vanguard options in the comments. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, peace.
You lost Zone A. Oh, no game.